4th of July. I see some of us are still sleeping in from the festive times, and we have a birdie joining us. Look at our window here. I know. He's like, come on, sweetheart, you can come in.
Gary.
Yeah, she thinks it's Gary. Okay, hi, Gary. Okay, we can name the birdie Gary. Came to see the choir, that's right. Well, and good morning, Cecilia. We welcome everybody, and let's remind ourselves that our mission statement is at the very front of our page, which says, we are a loving spiritual community that honors your presence, nurtures your joyful self-expression, and empowers your spiritual growth. Do you believe it? All righty, well then let's read our opening affirmation. It'll get us in the go juice thing, energy. Today, ready? 1, 2, 3. Today, I have a deep and abiding conviction that there is one divine and perfect presence in the universe, that the Spirit of truth is everywhere, and that God is right where I am. I have faith that my word shall not return to me void. I expect to meet my good, and I rejoice in the anticipation of this good. I rest in the calmness and confidence, knowing that divine love and infinite intelligence will guide and guard me always. Do you believe that?
Yes.
That's what we believe. And today we're going to have something a little different for our opening song. We're going to have the Star Spangled Banner, and you're going to find that in your program. And let's stand up. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave through the that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Yay! While you're standing, let's try a new thing. Look at your neighbor and say hi to them. Say good morning. Say how you doing. How you doing? Miss Statue of Liberty here. You need to hold your right arm up like this. All righty. We got that energy going, don't we? Now's the time of our announcements. And, oh gosh, I think I put it in here. I had the menu. Here it is. Okay. Now, next Saturday is July 11th, and that's when we are going to have our 4th of July barbecue. How many are attending? Yay! And that's going to be from 4:30 until 7 p.m. Okay, so we're going to see you at 4:30. There's going to be hot dogs, hamburgers, chicken sausage, all kinds of salads, all kinds of desserts, and of course our famous 50-50 raffle. How many have won the 50-50 raffle? Yeah, I have too. And then, yeah. So we've got all kinds of fun things. The cost is $25, and we'll see you next Saturday.
There's a sign-up sheet in Chafee Hall.
There's a sign-up sheet in Chafee Hall. Perfect. And then Lainey's birthday party is Saturday, July 18th at 1 p.m. And all are invited. There's also a sign-up sheet. Is that in Chafee Hall or is that here? The sign-up sheet?
Maria's got it.
Pardon me?
Maria has it.
Maria has it. Okay, there's a sign-up sheet. And maybe we'll leave that in Richelieu Hall too. Perfect. So that's going to be the 18th. So we got parties galore. And then the following Saturday after that, Dennis and Pinocchio will be doing the sound bath. And that's going to be right here in the sanctuary at 1 p.m. That cost is $25. And so that's always a fabulous thing. So we're going to see that. There will be no movie night this month because there's so much else going on. And how many came to the movie night the last time? That was pretty fun, wasn't it? I don't see Misty here, but we had fun. And Chowder the dog, I think, liked the movie. They brought their dog Chowder, which was wonderful. And then just to let you know, the ongoing practices are going on with the choir, and they meet on Monday nights from 3, is it from 3? It's 4 now, 4 to 5:30. Okay, perfect. So that's happy. Yep, I've got it right written here. I don't know why I said 3. Just pushing everything up. And new singers are welcome. You can join Michelle. Michelle, raise your paw, please. All right, great. And check in with her if you want to join the choir. And so they are open for that. The requirements to join the choir is just like that you like to sing and you like to have fun. And by the way, the name of the choir is called the Happy Notes. Isn't that cute? I love that name. I don't know did we both come up with that? Yeah, we kind of were blabbity blabbing. And I said, hey, how about Happy Notes? Okay, that sounds good. Okay, the Zoom discussion group with Susan Zollinger, our practitioner, is on Wednesdays from 6:30 to 7:30, and it's via Zoom, and Susan has her paw raised, and if you want to join it, just check in with her, and she'll give you the Zoom link. And then let's see here, the Gentle Stretch class is going on every Friday from 10 to 11, and that's in Chaffee Hall, and the cost is $10. And then every Sunday at 9 a.m., we study the Science of Mind book and discuss it. And then afterwards, we have a meditation about 9:25. And then we get all ready for the service. And then after service at 11 a.m., right in the front here, we have a prayer circle. And that's for anyone that's encountering anything going on, any challenge they want to let go of and have prayer about. And we do a prayer. How many have partake in the prayer circle? It's really powerful, isn't it? It really, really brings us all together, too. So, and then also letting you know, today's lunch is chicken Mexican stew with veggies, Spanish rice, cheese, chips, and green salad, cake, and bread pudding. Wow. We want to thank all of our volunteers. So everybody give yourself a round of applause because you're all volunteers. Basically everybody here. And before we do the meditation song, which is actually going to be the choir singing A Wonderful World, I want to acknowledge the birthdays for this month. First of all, Bart, if you'd raise your hand, please. His was July 2nd, the same as my niece, Kelly. And then Annalise, it was her birthday on the 3rd. And then coming up, we've got Devin. Remember Devin? Devin's was the 24th, and Lainey's is actually the 29th. Okay, so on the count of 3, let's sing Happy Birthday, okay? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barton, Laney, and Devin, and Annalise. Happy birthday to you. Very good. Awesome. And now we're going to have, in place of our meditation song, we are going to have the choir singing What a Wonderful World, not word, but I can say world too. All right, here we go. Can you give Okay. Excuse me. I'm going to put this right. Excuse me. Over here.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Happy 4th. I'm glad you're here. Glad you're here. So now's our invocation time, and let's take that time to keep that song in mind that we enjoyed by the choir. It was beautiful, beautiful. Beverly would be proud, yes. Okay, so let's just take a moment and be quiet and close your eyes and just imagine what a wonderful world it is for us individually, for us as a country, for us as a world, for us as part of the universe. We are part of the divine. We are that divine expression. And certainly that is wonderful. And just take a moment to enjoy and imagine wonderful with good health, wonderful with magnificent flowing prosperity, and wonderful with deep peace, that deep peace deep within your heart, deep within your soul. We all have it. And most of all, imagine a wonderful world filled with love. Love for yourself, love for each other, love for the strangers on the street, knowing that we are all connected as one. And just breathe in a nice breath and know how wonderful that is. And so I am grateful for knowing this, for accepting this and receiving this for myself, for each one of us. There is wonder, there is awe, there is beauty, there is joy, there is all good things. And we are part of that. And so in great gratitude, I simply release these words, claiming it to be so, as that magnificent law responds with a yes. Yes, yes, yes. It is indeed wonderful. And so together we say, and so it is. So part of that wonder is, I'm going to share with you from Ernest 365 on July 4th. I am held in the goodness of God. If we assume an all-powerful or infinite presence and power back of, within, and through everything, we should realize that this power or presence, which is God, could not possibly operate against itself without destroying itself. We know of no energy in nature that can destroy itself. This means that the power back of everything is actually good. It is self-evident that goodness alone can endure forever. Good is a synonym for God. Good and God mean the same thing. Therefore, the final truth and absolute reality about all things is that God is good. And since God is the divine presence right where we are, good is right where we are and ever available to us. We must recognize and claim this good if we are to use it. And so it is. you up again? Put this over on that. Put it on the piano.
Yeah, it's on.
I think it's on here.
It's on. It's blue.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. As I was walking that rhythm of highway, I saw a body right in the skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. Oh, this land, oh, this land. This land was made for you and me. Oh, this land, this land was made for you and me. America, God shed His grace on me, and from I could with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea.
One nation under God, liberty and justice for all.
This land was made for you and me. You and me.
Let's thank Michelle for all that great work she's done, bringing these folks
great work
together. And
they've
I was
done,
just in the
yeah.
great work that this choir has done. You guys sound so good. And look at it, there weren't a ton of them today, but it blended so well. It sounded like a big, giant choir to me.
We're the mighty notes.
The mighty note, pardon me?
When's our next performance?
That autumn. There you go. She covered it. Autumn. So today my talk topic is choosing freedom. And I thought, I don't know, I've taped a lot of the things that were on TV. I haven't watched all of them yet, but there's just some magnificent things going on. I was watching the Disney stuff, and then all my friends were watching CNN, and they're like, oh, and I taped everything. So I can't wait to this afternoon. That's what I'm going to do, is just immerse myself in it. That and maybe some cherry pie. You have to have, well, you know, I was at the food store the other day, and I guess you have to clip the coupons in order to qualify for the coupons, which I don't even know how I clipped it, but the gal in front of me hadn't clipped it. And she was like, so she couldn't buy her 5 ears of corn for $1. And I go, do you want me to, and the girl goes, I go, can I use my card to help her? And she goes, but then you won't get to use your card for yours. I go, why don't we put them all together? And she goes, and I'll pay you $1. I go, perfect. And so we're scheming this whole thing, and the checker goes, you know, and I'll just give you the 5 years of corn for $1. I'm like, that's America for you. And she was like, you can't have 4th of July without corn and watermelon and hot dogs. I go, exactly, the American cuisine. But so I listened to a couple speakers, over the past month. And I love this quote. True spiritual growth requires the freedom to choose your own path. True spiritual growth requires the freedom to choose your own path. And the beautiful thing about this teaching, it says, you know what? You take what works for you, and if it doesn't resonate with you, if you can't activate it in your life, and it just doesn't feel right for you, you don't have to accept it. This teaching is when we say we're open at the top, it's that, you know what, if it works for you, great, and it doesn't mean you have to understand everything at all levels. I know this morning in our study, someone had mentioned a gal that was going to a service and she had MS and she was with a walker, and somebody looked at her and said, why did you do that to yourself? And I went, oh, yikes. And eventually, there's good news that the woman healed herself of the wheelchair. But it's the idea that we don't should on each other, right? We don't should. Everybody's going through their own thing, and we don't know what everybody's going through. And it's not our business to know what anything's going through. You know what our business is? To stay loving, kind, and compassionate, and to be open-minded, and to really see the truth in each other. Because when we're doing prayer treatment, what is it that we're doing? We are knowing the truth for the person that's having trouble seeing that perfection. Right? It's like, I believe, help my unbelief, right? So when we're knowing the truth for each other, it's like, it's the goodness in life. It's not, well, you big loser, you called it on yourself, it's all your fault. You know, we don't want to go there. And I quoted that Ernest Holmes, he was wearing glasses one day, and a woman came up to him and said, well, if you're such a great healer, then why are you wearing glasses? And he said, madam, I wear my condition on my face. Where do you wear yours? And it's like, guess what? We all have things that we're dealing with. We all have things, and guess what? We get to be compassionate with each other. I shared last night, my neighbors and I, we walked to the Ace parking lot, and you get this bird's eye view of the fireworks from La Crescenta High School. It was fantastic. So and all these cars are parked. They've probably been there for hours just to get themselves a nice jockey into a good space. And we just kind of come walking up and lean on the wall. Well, we're leaning next to a family, and it was a mom and a dad and a little boy. And we were there 5 minutes, and we realized the child is autistic. And he's having he's getting really excited, but he's not excited about he's not as excited as that bird right out there. But he's playing a Game Boy, and he's playing a game, and he's not paying attention to the fireworks at all. But the kid is like screaming out and acting out. So we've got a family on this side going, what's wrong with that kid? And somebody else is like, hey, can you keep it down? And I just looked over at that mother, and I thought, you know what? I'm looking at Mother Teresa right now. Because you think of how difficult, and she's picking him up and she's trying to help him and da-da-da-da-da, and the dad's sitting there like this, you know, and everybody, so my neighbor's like, look at the dad. I go, well, we don't know, maybe he's taking a break right now because he's been dealing with the kid we don't know. I said, but you know what? God bless that woman and what she goes through. So you know what? If she was crabby to us the next day, we'd go, oh, it's okay, I get it, you've had a hard time. But we're not that accepting of others, are we? We don't let anybody off the hook. Well, you barked at me, I'll show you. And you know what? Guess what? We get an opportunity every moment to walk our truth, to stay in that spot. You know, it's that as above, so below. We get to stay in that spot of goodness, of kindness, of compassion, of waking up to each other. So again, this teaching allows us the freedom of choosing what it is we want to accept in our experience and in terms of even our teaching. Freedom is to choose the ability to make a decision and to act according to your own preferences, your own morals, your own ideas, your own beliefs, without the interference of external authorities or constraints. That's what freedom is. I was watching some of the interviews yesterday. I guess it was I don't know what channel it was. I think it was the Disney Channel. And they were interviewing people from all across the country, and they said, what does freedom mean to you? And this woman was like, I look out, we forget how free we are in this country, how free we are to just say and do and be whatever it is we desire. We're not restrained by our governments or by conditions. We're very, very fortunate. And I guess with all the FIFA stuff going on with the soccer, a lot of the visitors from other countries are going, God, U.S. had such a bad rap, and the U.S. folks are great, and they're giving all these positive feedbacks going, it's not like you were portrayed at all. You're so wonderful, and you're so loving, and you're so fun, and we all get along so well. It's not anything that we were expecting or that we were told. And I thought, isn't that interesting? We're always told these things, and we buy into it. But this teaching reminds us, go from your own experience. You know what? No matter what it is, even if it's spiritual teaching, if it's spiritual advancement, go with your own ideas, because that's what is going to build the understanding in you. This teaching reminds us that each of us has a destiny. We have a purpose, we have a reason, and the reason is to express our greatness. And guess what? Everybody in this room has a reason to express their greatness. That's why we're here. And that's what we're to appreciate in each other, that greatness. Not the, oh, did you hear what she said? Or what a pain in the neck she is, or whatever. No, it's about appreciating and seeing that goodness, that godliness, like Lainey said, good and God were interchangeable words, seeing that godliness in each other. Because that's what it's all about. I mean, everybody's still high from the 4th of July. I think everybody's, yay, and all this wonderful stuff. Well, guess what? Where are you going to be next week, right? Where are you going to be next week when the guy cuts you off in traffic? Or if somebody gets the last bag of potatoes that you wanted, or whatever it is? Are we going to be cranky or go, oh, you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, I'll give you the $1 for your 5 ears of corn because I don't care. I want you to have a nice 4th as well, right? Viktor Frankl is a famous doctor that was in the concentration camps. He lost his family. He lost his manuscript, by the way. He had written a manuscript and he lost it. It was a manuscript about psychology. But he has a quote, and he said, even in extreme circumstances, such as the imprisonment of humans can retain the freedom to choose their attitude and the response to their life events. And he survived, and he came out despite all the things that he encountered. Eleanor Roosevelt put it in a different way, and she said, all the water in the world can't drown you unless you let it in. Think about that. All the negativity that's out there, all the judgments that we make about all this stuff, it can't affect us unless we let it in. And we get to make our own decisions every day. Every day we get to think about what it is we want to do. You can't be free from anything, though, unless you recognize it. So this teaching encourages us, go within. And when you go within, it's like, what do I really believe? Or what am I really living? If I've got a condition that I don't like, what am I experiencing about it? What are my thoughts about it? It says, examine yourself. Not only to thine own self be true, but examine, what is it that I'm believing? What have I taken in? What have I accepted about myself? My own lack and limitations. What have I accepted? Is it from out there, things that, I came from a family like this, my genetic makeup is this, or oh my gosh, I can never do. No. What is it that we've accepted about ourselves that it's time to let go of? That it's time to say, hey, I came here to express. Can you imagine looking at some of your family members or friends that don't know this teaching and go, oh, I came here to express my greatness. They're like, knock yourself out. Yeah, you go right ahead. Okay, yeah, because guess what? People are right away ready to go, come on right back down with me. Let's be in this harbor of ickiness, right? And no, it's like, guess what? I'm here to express my greatness, but guess what? So are you. So are you. Because we are all in this together. It is all a one mind. It is all about a oneness. When you feel like you have a choice and you have options, guess what? All of a sudden, infinite possibilities open up, don't they? When you feel like you're free to go, you know what? I don't have to buy into my family history, what I did as a living, all that stuff. I don't have to do any of that stuff. I can absolutely determine who and what I want to be. So yesterday, probably you were with your friends or whatever, and you celebrated, and we were all having fun, eating food, because everything was around food yesterday. But so this teaching is about spiritual nourishment, isn't it? It's about the food that we feed ourselves that actually build, our food's building our body. Well, we're building our spiritual consciousness. We are lifting that up and like, what is the food that you're feeding yourself? The thoughts that we choose give us our spiritual nourishment, don't they? The thoughts that we let in, the thoughts that we allow. So it's important, like stand back and go, what am I want to believing today? That's why it's important every day to just get quiet. Just sit and listen. Just sit and be. And some people have a real challenge just being quiet for 5 minutes and letting, you can let your thoughts go, let them go, come and go, but just be. And when you just be, guess what? Things open up. Awareness starts to heighten. We say in this teaching that God is the only power, and that power we use in our life. But before God can do anything for us, we must clear our minds of our own restricted thinking, right? We need to just clear our minds of whatsoever. God can only do for us what? What it can do through us. And if it's doing through the patina of, boy, life stinks. My life's been hard, and I've got this, and, my background is this, and da-da-da-da-da. Guess what? That's the only patina that God can come through. So the more that you clear out those negative things, those things that are holding you back, and you say, I'm open and receptive to all the good in the universe, wow. God goes, okay, there's a serious player. We are in, okay? The law of correspondence again, what's as above, so below. And that means like what's going on up here is going to create an experience in my life. And so if we don't like what's going on in our life, guess where we go? Right back to here. What's my thought? What's my feeling? What's my energy that I'm putting out there? What's the frequency that I'm vibrating every morning or every day? So there's a story about a little tiny frog. He's born as a little tadpole. And he's in his happy tadpole self, and he sees the narrow walls that he's in, and he sees the water below, and he looks up and sees just a little patch of sky, and that's his world. That is absolutely his world. And he knows it, he's comfortable in it, that's home for him. And then all of a sudden, the water in the well starts to build. And he's in a bucket. And the bucket keeps rising and rising and rising. And all of a sudden he gets to the top of the well. And he hops out and he sees grass for the first time. And he looks up and he sees this vast sky. And he's like, wow, the world that I saw was only just a little fraction of what's really going on. And look at, there's all this amazing vastness. There's the sunlight and the big sky and the clouds and the grass and all kinds of fun things to do. But when he was a little tadpole, he was very comfortable in his world and thought that was it. Well, it's the same as us, that we get into this limited thought and we get comfortable with it. It's like, don't bug me. I don't want to change it. Everything's working okay. I got it all figured out. Even the icky stuff, I got it figured out how I can navigate around it, right? But when we absolutely let go and look above and see all the great, you go, wow, you mean there's better things in store? Absolutely there is, but it only happens from here to here. It only happens with our heart and our thought, right? Because we have to let it in. We have to see beyond and be willing to see beyond the limitation. I don't know about you, but I know some people, they love to marinate in their problems. Nobody in this room, of course, but have you ever met it? And another thing, and then this happened, and the drama is so, it's so invigorating. It makes them feel so alive. That drama story, it's like, you know what? I'm giving up drama for Lent. And that was a long time ago, right? Because guess what? We get to stew in those juices, and what does that do? It just creates more of the same, more of the same. I always give the example of Pigpen. Remember, Pigpen's always walking around in that dust cloud. He's got that dust. I got friends like that. Okay, they call, I haven't called you, because, God, and then I broke my toe, and then I went to the doctor, and then my cat was this, and then it's like, oh my goodness. You've got wonderful stories, and it gives them something to talk about, and it makes them feel what? Validated. Right? Then we feel validated because now our friends have listened. That, you poor thing. And I'm like, not buying into that. That's not a word of truth about you. That's not who you are. right? And you can let that go any minute. Doesn't mean stuff is going to vanish. I mean, heavens, we all have challenges, right? And guess what? It's about approaching the challenges and saying, this too shall pass. This too shall pass. And what does that do? It opens up your sense of freedom. If you go, this doesn't have to stay forever. I don't have to feel like this forever. Whatever condition I'm experiencing, it's not here to stay. It's here to pass. And I'm like, oh, and if it's passing, what's the message? What's the gift that it's bringing me so that I can adopt it in my experience and really embrace it? That's how it works. So the quote about the frog was written by a writer named Mao Sung. And she said, we too think like the small frog at the bottom of the well. He thinks the sky is only as big as at the top of the well. And when he surfaces, he can have an entirely new view. And it encourages us, resurface. Surface, go up and explore and say, you know what? I don't like what I'm experiencing right now. What would be a solution to that? How could I see the ending of that? How could I see a resolution to that that brings me into a sense of freedom and can do rather than can't do? It's not, we do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. We do not see things as they are. We see things as we are. So everybody, like we were talking this morning in the talk, we can all watch a movie or look at a painting or hear a piece of music, and one person will go, ugh, that was awful, and the other person will go, oh, I'm so inspired by that. We see things as we are. And when we don't like what we're seeing, guess what? It doesn't mean we have to like it, but we go, let me examine that. What is it about me that I'm putting the spin on that? How can I re-see that differently? So the frog story gives us a message, what? Climb out of our shell of judgment, our shell of restriction, our shell of lack and limitation, our shell that holds us back from anything that's other than our great self, right? Go out, you are free to be and do and express your greatness. But unless you acknowledge that you're free to do it, guess what? You're going to still come from that small plane. And this universe says, open up, man. There's great things out there, and everybody can obtain it through their own what? Consciousness, what you're thinking about on a daily basis. William Blake, the writer, said, if the doors of perception were cleansed, everything would appear to man as though it were infinite. So the doors of our perception, maybe we need to clean the windows on it a little bit, right? And see things in a different way. Because if we see things from a judgmental way and make things I can't be in the light and be at odds with you, right? The two don't meet. I can't be hateful about something and just be loving towards myself. It's all or nothing. And so it's about understanding. I can identify you as a truth. I don't have to agree with you, but we want to let go of the judgment that we make about people that restricts us and blocks us from growing, right? The universe always supports us. Did you wake up this morning and say that? The universe always supports me. I say that to my cat all the time, and he's like, oh, okay, I agree. What are you feeding your mind with? Thoughts of lack and limitation, or thoughts of goodness and light and peace and awesomeness? We're free to be choice. You are not what you do. You are who you are because of what you're made of. You are one with the Spirit of God. That's Ernest Holmes. You are not what you do. You are who you are because of what you are made of, the Spirit of God. It's the divinity that's within you that absolutely declares who and what you are. But unless you absolutely embody that and feel that and wake up every day, rather than looking in the mirror and going, oh my gosh, you look in the mirror and go, oh my gosh, I'm alive, I'm awake, I'm joyous, I'm happy, you know? Religious science encourages us to speak the truth that's in us, not the condition that's telling you you're in this stifled place, right? It says, no, wake up to that. That may be what you're experiencing right now, but come up. Come up from that. Be in the bucket in the well that rises, and come up from that and say, guess what? I have all this infinite potential, and I'm going to embody it right now. I'm going to live from that spot. And the moment that you do that, The universe goes, all the forces in the universe will align with you in terms of that energy. At this, oh, think of this. I heard this speaker say this the other day. Think about this. Right now we're sitting in our chairs and we're our body in our chairs. But actually, we are living on a planet that's spinning at 1 billion miles an hour, right? Now we're aware of ourselves sitting in the chair, but are you aware of yourself spinning as a planet out in the universe? I'm not, thank God, or we'd be dizzy maybe. But think about it. And when we look at those pictures of the earth from a distance, we could go, oh yeah, there I am right there, and there's the church, right? You mean can you do that? No, because it's so big and vast, we can't even embrace it in our imagination. But think about it, we're spinning. We're all spinning right now. It's like, you're kidding. That's pretty, I know, we'll get dizzy, won't we? It's like, uh-oh. But think about it. We're aware of our physical being, but think about the bigger picture of it. Think about the universal picture of what's going on right now. It's so much more vast than we've embraced. So think about all the great things that we can manifest when we embrace that vastness. And that it's, Holmes believed in living in the light, which he equated with spiritual understanding and recognition of the divine presence within. This involved cultivating a positive mindset, practicing spiritual principles, and aligning oneself with the power of the universal mind. Because remember, in the end, we're all God. We're all the expressions of God. We're each an individual expression of God, but we are expressions of God. It's a reminder to all of us to speak our word with certainty and with joy, and to live out loud and to claim our good. So today, we're not only celebrating the birth of our nation, triumphs in your own life, things that you've accomplished, like pay attention to them today. Think about the 250 years. When you think about in the span of things, it's not that long ago, is it? It's really not that long ago when all this happened. And think about all those courageous men and women that followed through on going, you know what? Freedom for all, freedom for all. So think about your own triumphs that you've created, that created freedom in your experience, and where can you create more freedom? Where can you be in the bucket and be rised up out of the well, right? Acknowledge it with your perseverance. There is peace at the root of your being. You didn't put it there. You were born with it. That's not my quote. I don't know whose it is. It's probably that famous Anonymous. There is peace at the root of your being. You didn't put it there. You were born with it. So think about, this nation was born. What were you born with? You're born with that oneness, with that power. That beautiful quote, there's a power for good in the universe, and you can use it. It is you. It is who you are, and we get to express it. So how about affirming with me? I am a living expression of the divine. I see God in everyone. Now look at your neighbor. I see God in you. Really convince them. I see God in you. I see God in everyone. We are all the same. Divine presence, clothed as individuals. Love follows me wherever I go. And so it is. All right, there we go. That's our lesson for today. Thank you. All righty, and now we have our famous choir. And yes, infamous choir. I'm going to go this way and put this on here.
what you like. I've got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart. He's my Yankee Doodle joy. Oh, Yankee Doodle came to London just to ride the pony. Here I am, a Yankee Doodle gal. You're a grand old flag, you're a high-flying flag, and forever in peace may you wave. You're the emblem of the land I love, the home of the free and the brave. Every heart beats true under red, white, and blue, where there's never a boast or brag. Should old acquaintance be forgot, keep your eye on the grand old Yankee Doodle with your blood, singing all the way. Keep your eye on the grand old flag. Woo!
What a great choir. Thank you, Michelle.
Oh,
That
thank
is
you. And thank you, choir.
awesome. Thank you, choir.